Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Prince Andrew is facing renewed scrutiny following reports of an alleged email exchange with Jeffrey Epstein that appears to contradict his previous statements about severing ties with the convicted sex offender. According to The Sun, the email dated February 28, 2011 was allegedly sent from the Duke of York's official account just a day after the now infamous photograph of Andrew with Virginia Giuffre resurfaced. In the message, Andrew reportedly wrote, "I'm just as concerned for you. Don't worry about me. It seems we are in this together and we'll have to rise above it. Otherwise, keep in close touch and we'll play some more soon." The email was said to have been signed A. HRH, the Duke of York, KG, referencing his title as Knight of the Garter. The alleged exchange took place months after Andrew claimed to have cut off contact with Epstein. In his 2019 BBC interview with Emily Maitlis, he stated that their final meeting had been in December 2010. During that interview, the Duke denied any wrongdoing and insisted he had no recollection of meeting Giuffre. Prince Harry is said to be horrified and extremely angry after Meghan posted a video from Paris showing her car travelling close to the site of Princess Diana's fatal crash. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams told OK Magazine, "I suspect Harry will be horrified and extremely angry because the video links to the most traumatic period of his life. He would be aghast because even though it wasn't intentional, it was a very bad mistake. Meghan simply cannot afford to behave like that because of who she is and the fact that she has made herself into a brand. Her airily filming part of Paris was grossly insensitive, and these mistakes hold weight. He is unable to shield Meghan from the repercussions of her mistake. It cannot be undone. If the average person filmed a video like that, it wouldn't matter. But every single thing that Meghan does is scrutinized by friend or foe." Sources also told the outlet that Prince William was livid beyond words, viewing the video as an ill-judged and self-centered mistake. The Mirror quoted one of Sussex's friends as saying, "Harry was left hurt and upset. Diana's death was used as a stick to beat his wife with. Meghan did not even pass close to the tunnel. He was left feeling hurt, but the depressing thing is, he wasn't even that surprised. He was more despondent than shocked." Former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond said Meghan likely hadn't realised the potential fallout, commenting, "She could have thought about it harder, but like so many people these days, it's all about sharing your life instantly without considering the implications." Harry's fragile reconciliation with King Charles appears to have collapsed once again, following reports that the Duke of Sussex has renewed his push for taxpayer-funded police protection when visiting the United Kingdom. According to the Sunday Times, Harry recently wrote directly to Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, requesting a new risk assessment from RAVEC, the committee that determines security for members of the royal family and other high-profile figures. Since stepping down as a working royal in 2020, Harry has been excluded from automatic protection, a situation he has unsuccessfully challenged in court. Sources close to the king described the Duke's latest appeal as deeply unhelpful, with one insider telling the paper, "It complicates things for the king. It's not going to help matters. We are back to where we were." A palace source said the Duke's move was viewed as a power play, while one former courtier described it as fake naivety, noting that the establishment resists any arrangement that will allow Harry to arrive in Britain unannounced and receive automatic arm protection. An old friend of the king told the Daily Beast he was so close to what he says he wants, a functional relationship with his family, that he blows it all up again. Harry and Meghan had an unexpectedly tense moment on the red carpet in New York last week as cameras caught a brief but awkward exchange between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Attending the Project Healthy Minds Gala, where the pair were honoured as Humanitarians of the Year, the couple smiled for photographers as they posed together. But video from the event appeared to show Harry placing his hand on Meghan's lower back before briefly resting it on her behind. Meghan turned to him, appearing to quietly asking him to move it. Harry responded with a nervous smile and shifted his hand higher. The pair then carried on posing for photos, with Meghan looping her arm around Harry's back. Later footage suggested Harry tried to usher his wife along after she lingered for additional shots, reportedly whispering, "Come on now," as he gently took her hand. Observers noted that Meghan seemed to make a real effort to look demure and avoid overshadowing her husband during the public appearance. More palace in just a moment. Don't forget, out now is Palace Intrigue presents King William, our new speculative drama, which imagines the moment the king dies and William becomes king. Episode 1 began last week with that life-changing phone call. From there, the story follows William through duty, grief, Queen Catherine's transformation, a former queen struggling to hold her place, and the reappearance of a controversial brother. And that entire season is available now if you are a subscriber to Calaroga Plus. Just hit that button up there that says uninterrupted listening. And for everyone else, you can get new episodes every Sunday wherever you get your podcasts. Check it out. Palace Intrigue presents King William. Buckingham Palace has confirmed that King Charles III and Queen Camilla will host Germany's President Frank-Walter Steinmeier and Frau Elke Budenbender for a state visit from Wednesday the 3rd of December to Friday the 5th of December, with events centered at Windsor Castle. The royal family announced the President of Germany, accompanied by Frau Budenbender, will pay a state visit to the UK, hosted by His Majesty from December 3rd to 5th. The visit will be the first by a German head of state in 27 years and only the 5th since 1958. With full ceremonial welcomes, a state banquet and meetings with the Prime Minister expected. Detailed timings will follow from the palace. The trip builds on the King's close ties with Germany. During his 2023 address to the Bundestag, his first as monarch, he said he wished to renew the pledge of friendship between our nations, remarks that drew a standing ovation. After that tour, the Majesties thanked the German people for a touching and warm welcome, adding the country was so close to our hearts and we hope to return again soon. The King has long noted, "Remarkably, I realize I have visited Germany more than 40 times, a measure of the importance of this relationship, of course, but also I fear of just how long I have been around." This December engagement follows a busy year of diplomacy, including the July state visit of President Emmanuel Macron and an invited September state visit for US President Donald Trump. Further details of the German program, expected to include a ceremonial welcome and a banquet in St. George's Hall, will be released in due course. Thomas Markle says he often wonders if his daughter would care if he were gone. Speaking from his apartment in Cebu, the 81-year-old father of Meghan reflected on his strained relationship after a powerful earthquake struck the Philippines during a visit from Mail on Sunday journalist Caroline Graham. As the building shook, Markle tried to make light of the moment, joking, "Welcome to the Philippines. You do realize this has cost me a fortune to arrange, not just the quake, but the light show." But as the tremors subsided, his thoughts turned somber. "If we die tonight, do you think Meghan will come to my funeral?" he asked. With a wry laugh, he added, "Well, I get a better funeral because my son-in-law is fifth in line to the throne." Later, speaking about his ongoing estrangement, he said, "I have never stopped loving my daughter. I have always loved her and always will. Nothing will ever change that." Markle also expressed a longing to meet his grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet. "I'd love to see my grandkids. There are two grandfathers who would both love to see those kids. One happens to be the King of England. I wonder, do they have the Markle nose? If I die and Meg and I are estranged, will she care? Will she show up to my funeral?" Now living quietly in Cebu with his son Tom Jr., Markle says he is content with a simpler life, but remains hopeful for reconciliation. "I told her I would pay for her education, and I kept my promise. That's what a dad does. You give your kids the best start you can in life, and then you send them out into the world." Among the 300 items auctioned from the late Joan Rivers estate, it was her collection of royal memorabilia that drew particular attention from bidders and royal watchers alike. Presented by Julian's Auctions in Beverly Hills, the sale included a bone china mug commemorating the 1986 wedding of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, which sold for $384, alongside two additional commemorative mugs celebrating Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee in 1977 and the Queen Mother's 80th birthday in 1980, which together fetched $512. Though Rivers was known for a razor-sharp wit at the royals' expense, famously joking that Kate Middleton almost makes up for Sarah Ferguson. Almost. Her affection for the royal family was genuine. She became personally acquainted with King Charles after meeting him during a painting holiday in the south of France in 2003. "We sat next to each other at a dinner party and got friendly," she told People magazine in 2013. "He's darling." Rivers later attended the 2005 wedding of Charles and Camilla, and upon her death in 2014, the then Prince of Wales paid tribute to her as utterly irreplaceable. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and check us out on Facebook or Instagram. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.